Hello, Jacob. Hello everybody and welcome to PRA Network 2 on YouTube and PRA Network on Twitch. I'm your host Justin Phoenix, and in the booth right now with me I have our previous season champion, Jacob Schneider.
How's it going, everybody?
He's going to be in the booth with me all season long, except for maybe a couple of races that he's going to actually race. He's going to be the insight for the driver's perspective on the race. And also, I have with me Shannon Milliken, who is our race admin, and he's about to lay down the rules, so we are going to switch to him. Go ahead, Flashbang.
You got it. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the PRA Short Track League. A couple rules we're going to go over tonight. Rule number 1, there is zero toxicity allowed in this league. I don't care if you chirp on the radio a little bit, but keep it clean. There is no politics, no racism, no homophobia. There's also no religion. So it does not matter what you believe in at this point, just don't be a jerk. Okay, a couple racing etiquette rules. If you are faster than somebody, that is not an excuse to send it on them into the corner. I expect everybody in here to drive at least at a C-class level, so please use your mirrors. And just because you have a bumper on the inside of somebody does not mean that the iRacing spotter will call it. So let's think about that a little bit. Big premise tonight, don't make me do my job. Blocking is allowed, but if someone ships you for blocking, that's on you. Bump and runs are allowed. However, I'd like to point out that a bump and run is a simple move somebody out of the racing groove, not ship them to the wall. Is there any questions before we continue on tonight? I'm going to take that as a no. As a reminder to everybody in here, starts and restarts are on the leader. That is the advantage of being the leader. Keep it clean, keep it simple, and have a good night.
Thank you very much, Shannon Milliken, Flashbang. We appreciate you being the race admin for tonight. We got a lot of new people in here tonight, so we don't know how that's going to play out.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck with you too. And that was Shannon Milliken. And so, Jacob, give us some insight on USA Speedway. That's where we're at tonight in the street stocks.
Yeah, so this is one of the cool things iRacing does. You know, a track that is closed down, iRacing preserved it in history by scanning it before they bulldoze it for who knows what, probably apartments or something. But it races a lot like Martinsville to me. It's really long straightaways, kind of tight corners, so really got to back the corner up, get a good exit. Because the straightaway is so long, you really want to maximize the straightaway speed. Bottom lane is very dominant.
So we're going to see a lot of bottom feeders tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I think once somebody gets the nose under, it's pretty much their spot. I'd be surprised if there's anyone fighting too well on the outside.
And so we got a whole, like I said to Flashbang before he left, Shannon Milliken, we got a lot of new people, new faces tonight. There's only a few returners, and one of them is Riley Frost, and we just saw him doing some drifting around the track with 40 seconds remaining of warm-up. The race is getting ready to start. Who are your favorites tonight, Jacob?
I like Riley. He qualified second. Qualifying isn't usually a strong suit, so you know I know from racing against him, he's always strong at the end of a tire run. So if he's already starting second, and then he saves some tires, I think he could be up there. The problem is he's starting on the outside, and I just told you how dominant the bottom is. I would think he's going to lose a spot, at least one spot on the start here.
He's also
Matthew
got...
Bird.
Go ahead.
Matthew Bird was quick in practice, but I saw him getting into some people. I don't know if that was just because he was screwing around in practice, or, you know, we don't know. I haven't seen him race, so that'll be kind of a surprise. And then Chandler Gallman, I race against him in real life. And he's a respectable driver in real life, but I've never seen him on iRacing.
That was actually what I was going to mention. He's going to start third on the inside there. So Riley's going to have a challenge right off the bat. And the race is going to get started here in about 50 seconds. As they grid, we're going to bring you the starting grid on tonight's Asphalt Assault Series race. Matthew Bird with the first pole of his career. Riley Frost outside. Chandler Gallman in P3. Joel Crozier in P4. He is returning this season. Dylan Davis from Tennessee is in P5. Yella Wills from Belgium is in P6. Rodney Roberts, P7. Joey Kuba, P8. And it looks like we have a field of 11. Michael Moniz in P9. Shannon Milliken did not qualify. He is a race admin, so I don't think he's racing. And we got Robert Hensley in P11, and I learned right before the race that him and Dylan Davis live about 45 minutes from each other in Tennessee. So that's cool to know.
It's interesting we got someone from Belgium racing this. Doubt they have many street stocks or paved ovals.
They don't. Yella is a 2-time champion in our GT Endurance Series, and he's also a multiple-time champion in our WreckFest League. So he's not a slouch. He has the skill, and I was speaking with him a little bit before the race, and he's got to learn ovals because that's not his normal thing. But he's going to learn a lot. I expect if he races a lot this season that he will learn and probably start being one of the fast guys very quick. Because he's very quick in the GTs. He's already a multiple-time champion here in PRA.
Yeah, if you're good at road course, you can figure out oval eventually.
And it looks like we will be going green flag racing this time by. We're going to wave the green flag on the first season of 2026 here in the Short Track League with the Asphalt Assault Series. This season, we're not going to follow the same tracks between the two series like we did before. This season, the Asphalt Assault Series is all base game tracks and all base game cars, so that you don't have any type of entry fee whatsoever to get in this series. Just pay the subscription fee for iRacing and join us.
Yeah, and luckily we have plenty of great tracks that come free on iRacing now. That wasn't always the case.
No, it was not always the case. And we're getting ready for the green flag, and it looks like Matthew Bird is already blinking a little bit. Green flag, here we go. Green flag going into turn number 1 here at USA Speedway to start season 1 of 2026. It looks like Riley
Frost is gonna clear.
Got down to the bottom, and Matthew Bird is blinking a lot. If he blinks too much,
in a pretty bad position there.
It does.
He doesn't know if he should push or not.
Yeah, whenever someone's blinking like that, you don't know if you're inside of them. No pun intended.
Yeah, 40 laps here. They're not going to be able to go all out the whole race. If so, they're going to pay for it. Past lap 25, I would say.
Riley's looking to the inside.
Yeah, Riley's not wasting no time, though.
You're not in the field, so he's looking for some wins now.
Yeah, he knows how to save tire. He doesn't need me to tell him over the broadcast, but I kind of figured he would chill here, but Chandler's not letting him. He's got pressure from behind.
Yeah, he has no slouch of competition right now.
McGallman's going to get him right here.
He's got the inside line going into turn number 1. That's going to help Matthew Bird, and he's blinking again. And if he blinks too much, iRacing will black flag him.
Yeah, I don't think it's too big of an issue yet. When they get side by side or close to his bumper and that starts, then it becomes a pretty big issue.
Dahlman takes the second position, and I think Crozier just hit the wall. And he's got Yella right there in the 204. And I did confirm with Yella before the race how to pronounce his name correctly. So,
okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, I asked him. I said, "Is it Yell or Yella?" And he said, "Yella." And I said, "I apologize if I mispronounce it." He said, "It's okay. You won't be the first." And you can see already he's up to 4th place. He's already learning this.
Yeah, and looking at lap times, he's not really that far off either. I'm kind of excited to see how he does if he makes up any ground on the top 3.
Yeah, like I said, he is not a slouch in racing. He's a force to be reckoned with in the GTs. I mean, he dominated most of the races, kind of like you did the ovals. So He's a prodigy. He's a young man in college.
Oh yeah, so still room for improvement too.
Yes, sir. And he's humble. That's one thing about him. Kind of like you. You know you're good, but you don't have to, tout about it. That's when it's easy to talk to somebody like that.
Yeah, there's no I mean, you do your talking on track. There's no reason to do any more than that.
Unless you're in the booth like right now.
Yeah. Now I guess I can.
And right now it looks like Gallman is catching Matthew Bird.
Yeah, their lap times are so similar. The top three, it's 09 to a 10 to a 13. And Yella is 18. He's barely off too. So.
Yeah, I was speaking with Yella before the race, and he was very frustrated with how slow his lap times were based on the lap records of PRA. Well, you hold the lap record here from last season, so I was like, listen, he's not in the field this season, so you're good.
I do believe it was a night race, though, so the track had more grip. It wasn't quite apples to apples.
True.
Something happened to him.
Yeah, he must have got loose coming off the corner there because Joel had the whole outside to him.
Yeah, he was making up ground. He had a bad lap there.
And now Joel Crozier is on the inside of Yellow Wheels. This is a good battle.
His right rear hot. Once he gets hot, there's really no cooling it off. He's going to be slipping for the rest of the race.
Yeah, this is a good battle right now. 30 laps to go. Only 11 laps in. Crozier's no slouch. He finished fourth last season in the points. Excuse me.
Yeah, I remember seeing him on track. Never caused any issues. Always kept it clean. And Yella just crossed him over.
Look at that. He's learning some new moves here in oval racing.
The unfortunate thing is they're slowing each other down half a second a lap, being side by side. They're even getting caught from behind now.
Yeah, Dylan Davis is seeing them, and he's catching them. He's reeling them in. Speaking of Dylan Davis, let's ride on board as he gets to see this awesome battle. And you see that sun in the eyes coming out of turn number 4 there.
Yeah, that never helps.
So at this stage of the race, it's a pretty good sprint race. Do you save your tires, or do you go full force at this point?
I think if you've saved some so far, we're lap 15 now, I think you start going now.
And so right now would be the time for Dylan Davis to make his move on these two in front of him.
I would say so, and he's looking pretty good. I mean, they're slipping a lot more than he is.
Dylan's pretty good at saving tires. He does that pretty well. He doesn't have to run in the pits early like some of the others do. But yeah, he usually gets caught up in issues that are not his fault.
Oh, and then he gets loose.
Ooh,
right
as
there.
I talk about him. Oh, there's a blinker. There was a blinker.
Here comes the Biffle car. I like that.
Michael Maniz, he's new to the league. This is a 4-car battle here for 4th place. Meanwhile, Matthew Bird is pulling away from Chandler Gallman, so we'll stay glued to this battle because this is the closest battle on the track right now.
Yeah, I think Frost and P3 is starting to come in. His lap times he's running the best lap times on the track. But he's got to pass Gallman. I think by the time he wastes all that time getting into second, I'm not sure he's going to have nothing for Bird.
Yeah, they're half a second off each other. We're going almost halfway point of this race already. It's almost time to go.
Oh, it's time to go now because, usually once you get 20 laps in, hopefully I don't jinx it, but you're probably going to go green. I would not bet on a yellow coming out, so it's go time now.
And so these guys right here, Dylan's sliding it into turn number 1 there. You can tell he's kind of dirt tracking it.
Yeah, if he hasn't already, I would be pushing that brake bias as far forward as he could get it. Try to keep from doing that anymore.
Yeah, burn up your right rear tire, right?
Yeah, it's just going to get worse and worse if he keeps doing that.
This would be a pretty good rookie outing if Yellow Wheels can hold this 4th position.
Yeah, he's looking good right now. Dylan's about to make a move on Crozier here. And that'll give Willa some breathing room, I think.
Yeah, as soon as Dylan gets that bumper up to Joel, that'll give Yella some breathing room to be able to pull away. But that was close.
Yeah.
There's the move.
Crozier went up to avoid Yella, and it's going to cost him a spot, maybe.
Oh, he's on. He was right up on the wall there. Dylan Davis on the inside. Yella is now pulling away. Oh, there's some blinking going on.
Not a good time. Not a good time to blink.
We have 2 cars in the field right now that just keep blinking. It's Joel. Oh, now I've seen another one blink. It was Joel. Yeah, Joel did it again. These
Riley
2 are battling.
Coleman for a P2 as well at the same time as we were watching this battle.
Yeah, so we need to I wish I could have a split screen of 2 things going on at once.
Yeah,
here it
Frost
is.
Looking under him. He needs to make quick work here to have a chance at winning.
Yep, 18 laps to go, 17 the next time by here. That 81 looks good even when you're not driving it.
Yeah, Gallman's a smart driver. He kind of just gave Riley inside there. I think he knew Riley was quicker at the time.
Riley's
we'll
good at
Riley
saving
can
those
do
tires.
anything now. He doesn't have much time, though. That's the problem.
I'm right on board with him for a minute.
He's going to need to gain a 10th a lap to catch Bird.
Well, let's see. What's his lap time versus what Bird's lap time is right now? They're about the same. They're 100th off of each other, so that's not enough. There's a caution. That is not.
I think is it Hensley, the 00?
That is not what Riley wanted. Well,
that is not what Bird wanted.
Not what Bird wanted, that's for sure, yeah.
Matthew Bird had that in the bag, I think. I think he spun right in front of your leader.
So here's the crash.
Yep, here comes your leader right here.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! We're going to rewind that, and we're going to watch it from Bird's perspective. And I need to go back here. I hate that it does this. I missed it. Let's see here, I'm going to speed it up. It was around here somewhere. There he is. So let's watch from the cockpit view. Right here. Oh my gosh! Wow! What a move! What a move! My goodness, that was close. Good driving by Matthew Bird, but unfortunate for him that with about 12 laps to go when this goes green again, he's going to have to battle a fresh Riley Frost.
I'm surprised more of these guys didn't come down and take tires.
Yep, there's unlimited tires for the street stocks. So they can.
Rodney Roberts and Joey Kuba are the only 2 that take tires.
They might catch a lot of time on the guys that have old tires here.
Yeah, they're going to hope it goes green from here out. They need as many laps as they can to pass. Man, if I was Gallman, you know, it's going to be hard to pass 2 cars the amount of time left in this thing. I might have taken tires. I would have risked it. Might have been the only way you could win this.
Maybe. We will see, because now Roberts and Kuba are the ones with fresh tires back in 8th and 9th.
I think anyone in the top 5 that would have took tires, they would have had a good chance of getting back up there and probably getting further up than they were.
It's true.
Because they'd be restarting 7th. Anyone in the top 5 that would have pitted would have restarted 7th with new tires.
Get off of that view.
All right, 1 to green.
The time limits are coming close here because the race ends at 9 o'clock no matter what. As we start our late model stock at that point. I'm going to have to fix that next week.
Well, we got 12 minutes to run 10 laps. We could do that on our yellow.
We're going to go green flag racing. Let's get it live. Green flag,
Green
here
flag.
we go.
Gallman got a better start here. I don't think Frost is going to clear down as easily.
And that's exactly what is going to happen here, but Frost may
Frost
get a
keeping
run.
it above Bird.
Yep, he may get a run going down to turn number 3 here. It's a 3-car battle for the win now.
Yeah, Bird's clear,
Oh,
but he's
Bird.
blinking.
My goodness, I switched it off of him so it would actually show what's going on. Oh, Gallman
Gallman's
sideways. Wow, he saves it.
Now Frost is loose.
Dylan Davis. Oh, there's an incident on the inside. It's Michael Manise. Looks like he got loose coming off of turn number 2.
Dylan Davis is flying.
Dylan
He's gotten up
Davis
to 4th, and he's right there.
has passed Yellow Wills for 4th place. Here we go. We're riding on board with Dylan Davis now, looking out at Riley Frost and Chandler Gallman.
The race is just for saying it. Matthew Bird is gone. And Frost is under.
We're getting ready to see another pass here for position, for the 2nd position. There'll be 7 laps to go this time by.
Should clear him here in 3 and 4. And Dylan Davis is, I think he's going to try to get a piece of this.
And Yella is getting right up there too and trying to get... Oh, goodness!
Contact.
That was a save. Oh, Dylan's right up on Gallman's bumper.
The single file train except for Matthew Bird, who's pulled away almost a second already.
And Riley now has moved up the track.
What's up? But you don't see that from Riley too often.
This is getting good right here for 2nd place. Dylan Davis is just hunting. He's got 2 cars he's got to pass. He's got 5.5 laps to do it. To get to 2nd. Would be his best
Could be under
finish.
Frost. He's under him.
Frost may be in trouble here. Oh, Dylan
Oh,
Davis!
Dylan's loose.
We talked about that earlier, about him using that back tire.
Yeah, he's still digging though. He's making it work.
In real life, he's a drag racer, so he's not keen to the actually making a circle around the track.
He's going to hit the gas though. He's got a nose in on Frost. Frost's trying to shut the door on him. He's not letting him.
This is going to be awesome. 4 laps to go. Yellow Wills is trying to still get back to 4th. We got Joel Crozier. We got Rodney Roberts. Everybody is wanting 2nd place right now. My wife just came in here and scared me. Right in the middle of talking. I'm sorry about that.
And they're still duking it out for 3rd. Gallman has slipped away.
Yep, he
pretty
slipped
much got
away.
stuck in the back. Frost must have really killed his right rear.
Yeah, he's
He is
losing.
sliding everywhere.
He's losing that track position. He's losing the groove. He's on the outside. Yellow Wills is now going to try to make.
About 3 wide.
Now he's going to try to make 4th place. Riley Frost is losing a lot of positions here with just 2 laps to go.
Riley's getting freight trained. He spent too many laps on the outside.
Davis is
Dylan.
still sideways.
Yellow's
Yellow's going to get the 3rd.
White
flag.
Matthew Bird is gone. Chandler Gallman is gone. The race is for 3rd here.
We do have a race for 3rd. It could be anybody's race. Congratulations to Matthew Bird on his first career PRA victory and his first career PRA race as far as I know. And there's the finishing order. Yellow Wills gets a podium.
And Rodney Roberts, he took tires and got up to a top 5. It paid off for him.
Matthew Bird, Chandler Gallman, Yellow Wills, Joel Crozier, Rodney Roberts, Dylan Davis, Riley Frost, Joey Kuba, Michael Manise, Robert Hensley, and that rounds out the running order for tonight's street stock race. And there's Matthew Bird with his first career PRA victory.
In Block would be proud.
I'm gonna get try to get everybody in here. Gallman's not in the Discord yet. What are your thoughts on this race while I get everybody pulled in here for the interview?
I have never seen Matthew Bird, but he really kind of put it to him there. I think he was just playing with them until that yellow came out because he shot out to such a big gap. I'm impressed.
Yes, sir. That was he led. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some people in here. He led all 40
he
laps.
led from pole. Yeah, every lap.
All 40 laps, 0 incidents. There was only one actual big incident in the entire race, and that was with Robert Hensley. But Matthew Bird was able to miss that. That was insane, dude.
Yeah, that was as close as it gets. You never want to see that as a leader. Not only did he not want to see yellow at all, but he didn't want to see it right in front of him either.
That's correct. I'm currently trying to get Gallman in here, and Yellow is already here, so I'm going to pull him in. Yellow Wills, third place in your first oval race in iRacing and PRA. Congratulations on your first outing, and you get a podium. How's it feel?
Thank you. It was very stressful.
Very stressful.
Yeah, because who was it? I didn't get the name, but they were sliding a lot in the corners, which made me be able to overtake them in the end. But
yeah, that was Dylan Davis. We're gonna watch. Let's rewind that back real quick. Jacob, what do you guys? You got any thoughts for Yellow Wills?
Yeah, I could kind of tell you're a road course ace because you just kept the car straight. You were getting good runs off the corner. That's kind of a road course thing, right? And I think that helped you save tire at the end while you're able to move up at the end. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was kind of my main goal to kind of save tires because I knew like the top three was fighting, well, second and third were fighting quite closely the whole time. So like, if there's something happens, I want to have tires for the restart, and it paid off. So happy I did it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, good job.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations, Yell. You got anything you want to say? Any shout-outs before we move on?
Not as of now, no.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you racing with us, and congratulations on your first podium on an oval.
Thank you.
Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
You too.
All right. That was Yellow Wills. His first time on an oval. He gets a podium. Congrats to him. And Chandler Gallman with a second place finish here at USA Speedway. How's it feel? His mic is muted. I don't know if you know. Well, we may not get his thoughts. But anyway, that was a really good outing. He chased down. Oh, there he's unmuted now. Chandler, how's it feel, man? You got second place here in your first outing in PRA.
Pretty good. Wish I'd get just a little bit more there.
Yeah, that caution kind of helped you all catch back up to Matthew, but it looked like none of you had anything for him.
No, I felt like there at the start I was riding and thought I could do a little something with him. But as the race went on, I fell on off, and it's like he just kept on going. I messed with brake bias, everything I could do, and just couldn't get by.
Yeah, and you also had to battle with Riley Frost there, and then at the end, it just got chaotic behind you.
Yeah, it did, and I tried to just kind of hold him on the outside because I knew if I could get the rest of the field to come up under him and go on by, I could get away. And once I got away, I could hold on to second.
Well, it's good to have you here in PRA. You got second place. You got any shout outs, any sponsors you want to say hi to?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, Josie, and them. And I'd like to thank everybody that helps me out on the race car in real life and Cook Farms, Trevor's, or not them, K&K Services, Bush Towing and Automotive, JW Machine and Fab, Grammy, Grampy, everybody that helps me get to the racetrack on a normal week, and can't wait to be back in the race car again.
Yes, sir.
When are you racing again, Chandler? You going to Florence this weekend, Chandler?
No, I'll be at the IHRA races on March 21st, but other than that, we won't be at Florence for the Icebreaker.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Jacob, you want to say anything to Chandler? Y'all know each other.
Oh, yeah, just keeping the number 81 up there in the front. Like to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, congrats again on second place, Chandler. Thanks for joining PRA, and hope to see you next week or even in the late models.
All right, sounds good. Thank y'all.
See you next time. Thank you. All right. Didn't mean to move you out there.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, anyway, last but not least, we're going to pull in Matthew Bird, the winner of the race, his first PRA race in Asphalt Assault Series, and he comes out and just absolutely dominates, leads 40 laps, and wins the race. How did you do it, Matt?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And I'm not really sure. I was able to save tires good and pull away from the field, and then somehow avoid that car that spun right in front of me. I don't know how I did, but I
we
avoided
watched
them.
that. Oh, that was
Yeah,
insane.
that was crazy.
Jacob, you got anything you want to say to
That was pretty
Matthew?
scary.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you got out front and were able to control the race. No one ever raced you, so you never really had to push your tires.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd pull away there, or did you think you were going to have to race at the beginning? What was the strategy before the green flag fell?
I wasn't really sure because in practice and qualifying, the front 3 or 4 cars were all pretty close on our time, so I didn't know if I would pull away or if we would have a battle for the lead or what.
I got you. It worked out pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
even
was
with
a
the
little
caution.
nervous at the beginning. I was a little nervous at the beginning. I don't remember who it was, but someone was right on my tail for the first 5 or 10 laps, and that got me nervous.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good
but
battle.
I think it was Frost. Riley Frost was close to you, but then he fell
Yeah.
off pretty hard there at the end.
Yeah, it looked like he burned up his tires there at the end, and he had nothing for anybody. He ended up 7th place.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
Yes, sir. Well, you got any shout-outs you want to make before we move on? We got late models here in just a minute.
Nope, I don't think so.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, and congrats on your first win. You're the first points leader for the season, so good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You're
Are
welcome.
you racing late models?
Nope, I'm not doing late models. I'm just doing the
Okay.
street stocks.
All right, we'll see you next week then.
All
Yes,
right, see ya.
sir. All right.
I
Well,
wanted to see him in the late models.
yeah, for real. Yeah, he put a class act out there today, avoiding a huge incident that could have ended his race. But, you know, it didn't happen. He avoided it. And that was our first race of the night, which is the Asphalt Assault Series. I'm being severely distracted right now. I've got to pull away for just a few minutes, and I'll be back. If you want to take the broadcast for a minute and just talk to them about what you expect in the late models, Jacob. No pressure, though, if you need to take a break.
All right, no problem.
I'll be back.
Yeah, so next up we got super late models at Five Flags. This is a half-length race of the biggest short track race in the world every year, held in December. It's the Snowball Derby. So we've got 150 laps. The drivers only have one set of tires in the pit, so they've got to average 75 laps per set of tires. Should be pretty interesting. It's a hard track to pass. I think you'll see people burning their tires up trying to pass. And that's going to be part of the strategy here for this one. There's going to be a lot of strategy in this 150 lapper. Right now in practice, our top 5 are Landon Lacey, Dylan Davis, Jerry Hendrickson, Joey Kuba, and Riley Frost. 3 of them just left the street stock. Already in here practicing.
I am back. Sorry about that.
No problem. We're just watching practice here.
All right, and I will be in there in just a moment to show the broadcast to everybody so everybody can see the practice session. I had to step away for just a bit, so he was here sitting beside me, clapping and stuff for the racers, and I was being severely distracted by it.
Well, that's all right. That's a better excuse than any other to be distracted.
Yep. And Joel Crozier just put in the chat that he noticed he was having disconnection issues and his computer was connected to Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet. So
No, he wasn't even one of the ones. Was he one of the ones having issues?
he was blinking. Him and Matthew Bird.
Him and Matthew, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to report that I'm getting ready to join Got to load and switch this over to late models. Last season, we saw my buddy Jacob Schneider here in the chat with me win every single race last season in the late model stocks. What are super late models like for you?
They're faster. It's they drive pretty similar. They a lot more power, probably 200, at least 200 more horsepower. So a lot easier to self-spin, kind of like what we see Lance Sater doing there.
Oh my gosh, I wish that was on the broadcast. We are now live on the track.
The same tire saving strategy you'd use in the late model stock. Just you gotta be real careful with your right foot.
It looks like we got one of your competitors, Jerry Hendrickson, in here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Jerry. Jerry ran the Gen 4 league with us, and he got better and better as the league went on. And what is going on here?
I don't know. We have
But,
some practice
Jerry-
shenanigans going on.
Jerry's very good at saving tires. So we have a kind of a smaller turnout than I expected here in 150 laps. It could go green a long way. So that might play into Jerry's hands.
I'm just going to make sure everybody knows. Bobby is up. Tagging everybody. And this is just gonna say this has been a struggle for us here in PRA. Is the late models, we just don't get a lot of drivers out.
Yeah, I don't know why either. You guys put up good enough money. I figured people would show up. I don't really understand it.
A lot of things go on Monday nights too, so it's probably part of that. We did discuss that before, that there are other events, bigger events that happen on Monday nights. But nevertheless, even if there's only 7 cars on the track, the money's still up for grabs. $25 for the win. There's $5 for the pole sitter. So whoever gets the pole gets $5. Whoever gets the win gets $25. So if you can win from the pole, you can win $30 in one race.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I kind of wish I was out there myself for that, but but any of these guys in this race, you know, there may only be 6 people signed up right now, but they're not slouches. You know, they'd probably be the 5 of the top 6, I'd say, no matter who showed up.
Yep, so we're gonna, your buddy Landon there, he's driving your number 81. And I picture him being the favorite for this race, right?
I don't know. Riley didn't do so hot in the street stock, so I don't know how his confidence is here, but I see Riley and Landon as equals. I don't know what kind of setup Riley's on, but I know what setup Landon's on, and it's pretty good. So we'll see. It'd be tough to bet against that 81J though.
Let's take a look at it. There he is. He's coming out of the pits now, with practice ending right now.
And there he goes around.
That seemed intentional, with it being right at the checkered flag. There's Barney waving that flag with all his might.
And here we go for $5.
$5. Who will win the $5 here tonight at Five Flags Speedway? Can you give us some a rundown, unless you have already, on the Five Flags Speedway?
Yeah, I'll do it again. So every year in December, the biggest short track race in the world happens here every year. The Snowball Derby. It's a 300 lap super late model race. It happens in the off season of NASCAR, so you get a ton of NASCAR guys coming back to their roots and running this race. gives it even more prestige. But yeah, it's a tough 300 laps. It's just as much about survival as it is being fast. It's an endurance race as far as short track racing is concerned, and we got 150 tonight, which is, I mean, that's a pretty long way for an iRacing race. So these guys are going to have their work cut out for them. It's a hard track to pass. It's rough on tires as well, and these guys only have one set of tires in the pits. So they have to average 75 laps per set of tires tonight. So that'll add a heck of a challenge for these guys.
Yes, sir. I mean, with only 7 cars in the field, they could get spread out pretty easy. So you strategize on just going all out, or you kind of lay off of the throttle a little bit? What do you think they need to do?
I would make sure I have enough fuel in the tank to not make a pit stop to do the. And Landon just ran a pretty good lap there. He improved almost a tenth on what he did in practice. But yeah, I would plan on not having a yellow and not having that pit stop to fill your tank and take tires. So, run at a pace where your tires will last 150 laps.
And I'm just addressing some things in our Discord chat. And meanwhile, with qualifying, it looks like Riley has one more lap on his qualifying session. He's the only one left.
You got real loose right there. The times are close, though.
All right. Well, that's the last one, I think, for qualifying. That's actually in the server, I do believe. And so your running order for tonight's race will be Landon Lacey, Dylan Davis, Lance Sater, Riley Frost, and Jerry Hendrickson, and Joey Kuba. 6 cars in the field with Shannon Milliken, our race admin. He won't be racing. So, yeah. It's unfortunate that we have fewer cars this time than we did last season. With more money on the line.
It's a hard track and car combo, so sometimes people just don't want to have to deal with the challenge. And 150 laps is a long way to go if you don't like this track and car combo.
That's true. Yeah, I would do it just because, hey, if everybody wrecks in front of me and there's only 6 cars on the track, I might have a chance to win.
Yeah, and also there's purse for points. If only 3 people show up to all the races, you'd automatically wind up third in points and get a little bit of money back. So,
yes, sir.
I don't know why more people wouldn't have wanted to show up.
So the pole position goes to Landon Lacey, and that means he is the receiver of the $5. I'm messaging him.
I know he's saving up for a new wheel. He wants to go direct drive, so that's $5 he can put towards it.
Yes, sir. And while we got this moment here, qualifying is ending and warm-up is... Oh, there's no warm-up for this. Sorry. Qualifying is ending. Give us a rundown on your YouTube channel, buddy. You've decided to help sponsor this season, so let us know what's up.
Yeah, so I race late model stock cars, similar to what you see us running here on iRacing in real life. And every race we make a little vlog, and between races we show stuff we're doing in the garage, working on the car, testing between races. So if you're interested in that, give us a follow. It's Jacob Schneider Racing on YouTube. And yeah, we just kind of show how an old school family run race operation goes about doing, everyday life.
Awesome, man. And we appreciate you racing with us and promoting us. And we decided to promote you as well because, you won the whole thing last season and decided to pay it forward. So appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I wanted to see it grow. So I'm a little disappointed to only see 6 cars, but we'll quit harping on that and these 6 cars might put on one heck of a race and attract more people to show up next week. A new championship starts next week for the late model stocks, so
Yes, sir.
we'll get the season started off right here and go from there.
Yep, we got 3 championships going. We got the super late models, which you see tonight. We have the late model stocks, which you see next week, and then the overall champion. Each champion will gain real money, and the winner of the race will get what we are calling the Rums Race Bounty, which is Rodney Roberts, as you see in the last race. He was in the street stocks. He has sponsored the race winner of each race this season. So, Rums Race Bounty. Who's that going to go to tonight? My bet is on Landon Lacey.
Yeah, unless he steps on it. I think he's got it.
And so the running order, you saw it already there on the screen. I was taking care of some things in our Discord. I apologize. Landon Lacey is on the pole. Dylan Davis outside pole. Congrats to him. That's a good starting position. Lance Sater third. Riley Frost fourth. Jerry Hendrickson fifth. Joey Kuba in sixth. That is the total cars in the field racing for $25 tonight and racing for a championship lead, which can lead to up to $100. And if they win it all, $300.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna. Now, I've raced with all these guys before, and I wonder if they're gonna be different with money on the line.
We'll see. Time will tell. This is a long race.
Yeah, I think that's the one saving grace. I don't think you'll see them do anything crazy on the start, knowing there's 150 laps. But if we get a late race restart, I've seen people do crazier things on iRacing for less than $25. So it could get interesting here.
Could be, yes, could be. And I apologize, I misspoke. It's $200 if you win all 3 championships. 100 for overall, 50 for a super late model, and 50 for late model. If there's any more donors or sponsors that want to add more to that, then the second place on each championship will get money as well. And we'll just keep going with it the more we get. So this does not go to me or anybody in PRA. It goes to the drivers on the track.
I think I did the math. If you won all 3 championships and all 6 races and all 6 poles, it was like $350.
Yep. That's correct.
In 6 races. So anybody listening, a lot of that's still up for grabs, even if you miss tonight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, next week you got a whole new championship. There's going to be 3 races per championship for the late model stocks and the super late models, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing.
Pulling in, we're green.
Landon Lacey pulls it off. He's got Dylan Davis there looking on the outside. Is he going to try a crossover here? He's got to watch. We got 150 laps. That's half of what the real race is, correct?
Yes, the real race is 300.
And so they got a long way to go. You said about 75 laps on a set of tires.
Yeah, that's what they're going to have to average. I think they can go 150 laps. If it happens to go green, they're not going to make green flag stops. They can go all the way.
And Dylan Davis, is he burning up his tires right now, staying up behind Landon Lacey?
Yeah, I bet Landon's going just fast enough to keep the lead.
We're right on board with Landon himself. And that's a smooth entry and exit.
Yeah, he's off the throttle for a long time. I think he's just cruising. I think that's the smart thing to do. I bet Frost is doing the same thing.
And we're going to watch from the 6th place car because he can see everybody. Not really.
Not that tiny window.
Yeah, in that tiny window, he's really not seeing everybody. Jerry Hendrickson has moved it up to 3rd. He's coming up on the bumper of Dylan Davis. Could he be the challenger that challenges Landon?
I think they're all just cruising right now. They're all just kind of in formation. They all know they got to go 150 laps here. No point in burning it down right now.
So far, they're nose to tail, first, second, third. That number 77 car looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're all holding the bottom very well and keeping it smooth. You know, considering they have, I think it's 700 horsepower.
Yeah, that's
so they're
like...
all keeping the rear end pretty planted. Oh, there's contact for second.
There's contact. There's a caution. First caution of the night.
Oh, Frost is in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in it. Oh, man. First caution of the night. That is unfortunate. They do have a fast repair. We are going to look back at that. We're going to see what happened here. Rewind it a little bit.
Oh, Frost avoided it. Sater didn't see it in time.
And there was the little bump on Dylan Davis in the middle of the corner, and it just sent Davis around. Let's watch it from Davis's perspective here. Cockpit view. Here we go. Here's Dylan Davis. He just gets bumped. I mean,
Yep.
he kept it off the wall. It sucks with only 2 sets of tires for the whole race. Oh my gosh. Lance about hit him. No surprise.
Oh, Lance. Lance kind of arca braked that one a little bit.
Oh yeah, he got into Rally really hard. Let's watch that one more time from Lance in his cockpit view.
Lance's cockpit, yep.
Let's rewind it there. All right, he's coming around. Here comes the turn number 1. Out of turn number 2. This is where the... Oh, he doesn't even let off.
I don't know why. Yeah, he was still in the gas.
He didn't even let off. Oh my gosh.
Lance, buddy. You gotta lift when they're wrecking.
Just slams it in there. I'm
well,
sorry.
luckily they have a fast repair.
Yeah. And this was the argument that everybody had against a fast repair in the Nostalgia series. It kind of gives you that, well, I can just junk them mentality.
Yeah, I don't think anyone meant to do that there.
No.
I don't know why Lance is 2 laps down.
I guess
Did he not
pitted.
take the fast repair?
Who knows? We're getting ready to go green, so I can't look. Here it is, green flag. Davis is on the inside of Hendrickson. Hendrickson let him have the position.
Yeah, I think Hendrickson, he felt bad about how that went down. He just gave it back.
I'm sorry for kind of losing it there, but Lance arca braking it. Oh, there
Lance is around again.
It's loop-de-loop. He is loop-de-loop. We have a rule in PRA that if he spins out more than once in a race, he gets his nickname again. Loop-de-loop Sater had it again. Oh my gosh. Well, let's watch that back. Oh.
I wonder if he took his fast repair.
He just spins it out.
Or if his car still has damage.
And it might be why you're having a hard time driving it. Oh, unfortunate for him. Watch it one more time. Just spins it around into the wall. So, after 16 laps, we now have 2 cautions on the board. And that's more than we had all last season.
This is helping their fuel mileage and their tire saving here too. They're just less laps they have to run green flag.
Yeah, that is the positive of having multiple cautions. 1 lap to green this time by. I don't know if he pitted. Did he pit?
I don't think he did.
Nope, he did not. He did not pit. He did pit on lap 10. Let me see here.
We're going green right here.
Yep.
Or is it single file?
I think when it's back to back, it goes single file. That's how I said it.
Gotcha. I like that rule. I just didn't know it was a thing.
Yep. You can set it in the settings when you set up the race. If there's multiple caution flags in succession, you have a single file restart.
We're top 4 right back into formation again.
Just looking at the whole field right now. Almost the whole field. And there he is again.
Lance
Third
wrecking
time.
again.
That's the third time.
No yellow this time.
There it is. I just rewound it to see what happened.
He's really destroyed now.
Yeah, he's struggling to keep that car on the track. That's 3 crashes. The first time it was just he didn't even let off. I'm looking for something right now. There it is. In your iRace control, you can see if anybody's used a fast repair. You go to settings and then go to timing. There's one that's called fast repair. Fast repair is used, and I can see Lance has used his fast repair.
Oh, that's not good.
And so
he's
has,
already tore up again. So.
Yeah, and Riley Frost has also used a fast repair.
Yeah. I knew that one.
So I was setting up my iRace control. It's a little program that we use outside for those that are watching. That kind of helps stewarding the race. You can see how many laps somebody's led and things like that. But you have to set it up to show what you want it to show you. So I had to actually tell it I wanted to see fast repairs, and that was a discussion that some of the officials were having. Is how would you see that? And well, you can see that, and that's good. I can now see that. And meanwhile, Landon is half a second ahead of Dylan Davis. We got a long race to go, 124 laps. Already had a lot of action in this race. Dylan Davis still second.
Lance is pulling her in the pits. Because he's had enough.
We shall see if he just logs it out. If so, there will only be 5 cars on the track. And the first 4 cars are really close.
Yeah, I like how low Landon and Dylan are coming out of these corners. Jerry's letting it wash up a little more, but this makes me think they're not really pushing that hard. They're not even needing to use the whole track.
And Dylan has caught up about 1/10 of a second on Landon right now.
Yeah, all the top 4 basically matching lap times within 1/2 of each other.
We're right on board Jerry Hendrickson right now. It's hard to see out of these cars.
Yeah, the windshields are very small on these.
This is his first super late model race with us.
He's used to horsepower, though. He's used to them Gen 4 cars.
Yeah, and they have 700 to 800 horsepower just like these cars do. How much horsepower do they have?
I think Gen 4 is like 900 horsepower, and these, you know, in real life, these vary depending on what series and what part of the country you're in. I don't know which one iRacing scanned. While we have time during this green flag run, I'm going to look it up.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, there's still just a small gap between Lacey and Davis.
iRacing says 550 horsepower. So not as much as I thought.
on the front bumper of Hendrickson as he looks out at Dylan Davis, who is actually 0.2 of a second off of Landon Lacey right now, your teammate.
Yeah, I bet Dylan's closer to Landon than Landon wants him to be. See if Landon picks up the pace here.
37 laps in, going into 38. They're just going to pace themselves at this point. We have a long way to go still.
Jerry was quicker than both of them that lap.
Yes, he was. He's a half of a hundredth of a second. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but over laps, that adds up.
Yeah, half a tenth a lap for 10 laps winds up being half a second.
And I was just checking the chat in Discord, and Lance Sater says, and it happened. And he got a little spinning emoji.
Times 3, Lance. Times 3.
Lance Sater is loop-de-loop. He doesn't lose that nickname. He has to go several races without doing it before he can lose that that nickname. He's a good sport about it.
You have to be.
Right now, we got Dylan Davis just looks like he's trying to be comfortable back there behind Landon.
Well, I've seen him get a little loose out of the corners a couple of times.
He's running up the track a little bit in the center of the corners right now, I seen. Like right there, he's not staying glued to the bottom like he was.
Yeah, Landon's rear end stepped out there that lap too, so no, they're 40 laps in, over 40 laps in now. I bet they're starting to feel the effects.
We got some chatter going on in the Discord about Lance and his spins. Right now, we are spreading out. The top two are about a half a second apart, and then Jerry's half a second. He's actually 1.7 seconds off of Dylan. Sorry, he's 1.7 seconds off of Landon, but he's 1.1 off of Dylan. And then Riley's back there 2 seconds back from Jerry. So we're kind of just spreading out. This was to be expected with this few amount of cars on the track.
I was hoping Frost was really saving a lot of tire and we'd see him kind of surge forward here at the end of a run, but he's running so far up the track, I'm not sure he'd be doing that if he was saving. His setup must not be handling as well as the three ahead of him.
Possibly not. Yeah, he's kind of running his own race now by himself back there. So we cross the lap 50, 101 to go. Do you think they'll stop for tires?
If it stays green, no. You'll probably lose 3 laps if you pitted. The only way it's beneficial to take tires is if they think they're going to blow one. They don't think they can get to the end.
Sounds about right.
Which I don't have near the experience in this car as I do the late model stock, so I don't know if that's really a thing that can happen or not.
And pit stops are relatively long in these cars, right?
Yeah, because you don't have NASCAR pit crews here. It's just kind of amateur pit crews, so you'll be sitting in your pit stall for an entire lap, I would think. Dylan's not going away.
No, he's not. He's still staying within 0.4 of a second of the leader.
They're coming up on Cuba here.
Riding on board with Dylan Davis. You can see that he kind of closes in the corners. And I think I lost my connection to Discord. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
I lost connection to Discord. My apologies.
Yeah, I think it crashed.
I'm putting the stream back up. I'm going to set the settings a little lower than I had them. Can you see that well?
I can't see the stream at all.
You can't see it at all?
I can now.
Okay, sorry about that. Had an internet hiccup apparently.
I thought he was just kicking me out of the booth.
Nope. Nope, just had an issue with Discord and I was trying to figure out how to get it back. My apologies for that. Sorry to those on the broadcast for that awkward moment.
Nothing has changed on track. We still got a half a second between Landon and Dylan, and Jerry's 3 seconds back from Landon. Riley is 6 seconds back.
Yep, it's kind of spreading out. It makes me wonder, is Dylan saving?
I think they're taking turns. Like Dylan will save some, and then Landon gets more of a gap, so he saves and backs back up to Dylan. I see their lap times jumping up and down quite a bit.
88 laps to go. So far, Landon Lacey has led all 66 laps. 63 laps, sorry. I'm just going to be real. I'm tired, so a lot of my words are running together, and I apologize. I'm not at my 100% tonight.
Well, it's not helping that it's a pretty spread out race here.
Yep. So, give us your thoughts. If you're Landon Lacey right now, what would you be doing?
I mean, not knowing if his tires are going away or if he's... I would start pushing a little bit more now, because that would force Dylan to have to push just as hard as he is to keep up. And so any damage he does to his tires, you know Dylan is as well. So just I'd try to bait everybody into picking their pace up a little bit more, just to get even more separation, because you never know what'll happen. They all might blow tires later. He might get held up in lap traffic or something. You know, just be best to build as big of a gap as you can.
Having only one tire to change to kind of makes this pretty interesting.
Yeah, like if they had a yellow now, I think you have to take the set, but if somebody doesn't, and then you get a yellow, 40 laps later, you might be in trouble.
And so, if you're Hendrickson or Frost, you're way back there. What do you think's going through their minds right now?
I think they're hoping Landon or Dylan blow a tire. I don't know, or run out of gas or something. I don't think they would have given that big of a gap on purpose. I think they're just a little off tonight.
And how much fuel do these things have in them? Can they go the whole way on one tank?
They can go the whole way. I know Landon was cutting it very close. But those 2 yellows at the beginning should have helped out. You know, the less fuel you can put in them, the faster they go, the lighter they are. So
Yeah, it's true, and they make them
I
drive
don't
different,
know
don't they?
how much. Say that again?
It makes it drive different whenever the fuel gets a little lighter, right?
Yeah, for sure. You got to account for that.
I apologize, I interrupted you there.
No, you're all good. Yeah, the more fuel gives you more weight in the rear of the car, the very rear of the car. It kind of gives the car a pendulum effect. It rotates, so you're a bit looser, especially in the center of the corner on full fuel. But as your tires wear, hopefully you wear your right rear a little more than your right front, because you're going to lose that weight in the back. It's going to tighten the car up naturally. So, and there's a balance you gotta do in these long races.
These are the pinnacle of stock car racing on the short tracks. Is these long races of just hitting your marks lap after lap.
Yeah, these are the type of races that, like I talked about earlier, NASCAR drivers, they come back and do these all the time. They feel challenged in these cars, and they're rewarding to drive, and I guess they can still learn stuff that helps them on the NASCAR circuit.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, the last season, the Cup cars only had, what, 500 horsepower?
Yeah, there's times the Cup cars are slower than the ARCA cars. So I think they like getting in these cars sometimes and having a lot of horsepower on short tracks.
Yeah, because that's one thing that NASCAR Cup Series over the last generation so far has struggled on the short tracks with the low horsepower.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be the bread and butter of stock car racing, so that's been disappointing. But I think they're taking away downforce this year and adding horsepower, so all those things should help, I think.
Let's hope so, because the short track racing is my favorite, and when I see it not doing what it's supposed to do, it's kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, Martinsville's by far my favorite track in real life and on the sim, and the next gen car is just terrible to race there on iRacing and terrible to watch in real life.
We're gonna look at Dylan Davis for a minute. We're gonna see how.
Hard to run a wider line. I'm guessing that's not by choice.
It's gotta be frustrating to know that you're just as fast as Landon Lacey at the beginning, but then slowly but surely he just pulls away.
Yeah, I think Landon may have been just managing that gap, because he's like just half a tenth quicker a lap, but we talked about earlier, half a tenth for 10 laps is half a second, and they've been green for what, probably near 60 laps now, so the small margins really start adding up here.
It's kind of interesting that as soon as we had the 51 car go to the pits and stay there, we ran green the whole time.
Yeah, I might have could have guessed that one. No offense, Lance.
Let's give Jerry Hendrickson some TV time, because right at the beginning of the race, he was right up there with them, keeping up with them and everything.
He was the fastest lap of the race. He was real quick right off the start.
But also, he could have been burning them up.
Yeah, that might have hurt him.
Like you said, I mean, that's kind of, we're going back to the Gen 4 cars in the Nostalgia Series a few weeks ago. Hendrickson led the first part of that race, and I think he burned up his tires and stuff early, and allowed you to catch up.
Yeah, but he stayed close, and that league was a fixed setup, and this league is not. So a lot of what you see going on here is setup. It's not just driver. It's about, I'd say, 50-50 driver and setup here. And Gen 4 Jerry was quite a bit more competitive, so I'm guessing maybe his setup just isn't quite on par with what some of these other guys have. Because he's a good driver.
And then Riley, he's way back there right now, 13 seconds off.
Yeah, I bet Riley's not going to be too pleased with how tonight went. I think everybody, including him, thought he would be better than he has in both races tonight. You know,
I think he could have
just
had
goes to show what's expected out of him. I don't mean that negatively. I just expect him to be in the front.
Yeah, and I think the end of last race there at the street stocks, he just got shuffled back. He could have had a better finish.
Yeah, if that yellow wouldn't have come out, I think he was going to finish second. So that had to be frustrating.
And I think it was kind of his frustration last season too, as he was racing to try to catch you, and all the while trying to catch you, he would either run into a caution and his strategy didn't work, or not run into a caution and his strategy didn't work.
Yeah, they never fell his way.
And
he was a lot better at the late model stocks, so I wonder if next week will be different, if the late model stock races will be different.
could be. That is the one interesting thing about what we're doing here with the Crown Jewel late model series, is we're doing super late models one week, and then the next week we're doing late model stocks. And we're going to have 2 different championships for them, and then we're going to have an overall champion. So you could see a vastly different standings for next week's race.
Yeah, I think Lance builds his own setups too. Or, not Lance. Frost. I think Frost builds his own setups, so he probably has a notebook in the late model stock. And this card is not as popular, so he may just not have as much of a notebook. But,
It's true.
You know, we know he's going to be good in the late model stock. We've seen it.
That is true. And we didn't see Roger Saucier tonight, and that would have been another heavy hitter.
Yeah, this is supposed to be his best car, right? He's won a championship in this car.
Yes, he did. Yep, he is the season 1 champion in the super late models. So he was expected to be a powerhouse here in the series, but he's not here. So missing out on week 1, and he didn't sign up either. So we'll see.
Well, I think Landon cementing his name here is probably the favorite for the rest of the season with a performance like this. He's pulling away almost 2/10 a lap now. So he was definitely saving a lot more tire than everybody else earlier. Hendrickson's in the pits.
Oh man,
I wonder
51
if
laps
that's
to go.
planned.
Maybe. Or he just was frustrated with the car and said, screw it.
Oh, he's got damage. He may hit the wall. He just took his fast repair. Yep, he took his fast repair and he's getting tires.
Well, hopefully this turns around to play in his favor.
Looks like he just took rights. He only took right side tires.
Well, meanwhile, there's Dylan Davis pitting as well. Now, what does Landon Lacey do? He just put Riley a lap down.
I don't know. I think your 2 closest competitors pitted. I think you probably ought to pit just to be safe.
And the longer he stays out on old tires while they're on fresh tires, that's going to allow them to catch. Especially Dylan, being up close to him when he pitted.
Yeah, I thought they'd easily be able to go the distance here.
Well,
the safe thing for Landon would be to follow suit what they did. But he may just be confident enough that he can make it to the end that he stays out there.
We will see. This might be the strategy call of the race if Dylan Davis can come back from this. But guess what?
He's 2
Hendrickson
laps
passed
down.
him. Jerry Hendrickson passed him in the pits.
I wonder if Dylan took 4 tires. Let me see.
Dylan's 4 seconds off of him.
4. Dylan took 4 tires, Jerry only took rights.
There's some strategy calls going on in this race right now, and if this plays out and goes green the whole way, this could be fun. If there's a caution, it's going to ruin the whole thing.
If there's a caution, yeah, Landon is in the driver's seat there, but
And
I
Riley
don't
would
think
get
there,
a
I don't think there will be.
Riley would get a lucky dog right now if there was a caution.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you think adjustments during the race could help?
Yeah, I think that's something you would have had to have practiced. For Jerry to have taken 2 tires, you know, he has to know what that would have done because he's looking pretty good out there.
Right now, he's running faster laps than Landon by almost a second.
Yeah, Landon's going to have to think about pitting, I think.
And, I mean, this is a great strategy call. Dylan and Jerry diving into the pits like they did. This is going to make it interesting. I know there's only 5 cars on the track, but it's up in the air at this point.
Yeah, this gives us something to talk about for sure. Jerry's 2 laps down. He's going to have to catch Landon and pass him twice. And he's going to catch him pretty quick here. We'll probably catch him in the next lap or 2 to be just 1 lap down.
Jerry Hendrickson is in the best spot if this goes green to challenge Landon for the win.
Yeah, he might be. I'm trying to do the math. Half a second a lap for 40 laps. It's going to be close.
It's got to be scary to Landon at this point. I mean, you're thinking, man, my plan was to go the whole race on no pit stops whatsoever. And now I got all my competitors on fresh tires.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't pit, he must be pretty confident in what he's doing. So
Jerry's on the inside to get one
there
of
he
his
goes.
laps back.
There he goes. He's got to catch him 2 more times now to take the lead.
And Riley, he still has to pit if he wants to stay on the same strategy as the rest of
I'm
them.
betting Riley doesn't pit. It's almost too late to pit. If they were going to pit, they would have already.
True.
I think Landon and Riley have kind of made their bed here.
This is kind of exciting because, yeah, this was not expected. So now let's just watch how it plays out. Riley Frost is holding the 2nd place right now. His lap times are a little bit, almost a second slower than Jerry's. And I noticed that Landon sped up.
Yeah, he did. I noticed that too.
He went from 17-second laps to 16.7, so he sped it up.
I think he knows what he's got to do here. He's a smart driver. Usually has race laps or something up. He's looking at lap times of his competitors while he's racing. I think he must have known it was just more risky to pit than it was just to stay out.
And, you know, you got to hand it to Jerry and Hendrickson and Dylan Davis. They were going to lose with what they had. So it was like a lose-lose situation. Pit and...
Yeah, you got nothing to lose to try. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I am impressed with Jerry taking 2 tires. So Dylan lost a spot and a lot of ground to Jerry by taking 4.
Yeah,
and
he's
not
four
really
and
catching him.
No, he's not catching him. He's 4.5 seconds off of him.
I mean, that tells me that, you know, for the rest of the season, 2 tires is probably the move.
Or not pitting at all, like Landon.
Or not pitting at all, yep.
So in the real race that went 300 laps, they would probably pit more than once, right?
Yeah, they pit 2 or 3 times, but they have like mandated cautions. They can't go more than like 100 laps. If they go 100 laps green, a yellow comes out automatically.
Oh, okay.
And then they make their pit stops under yellow.
Yeah, I like having you in the booth with me because I'm not as familiar with those things in the real series. So it's good to have you have your knowledge to pull from.
Yeah, with it being amateur racing and amateur pit crews, they don't do live stops like NASCAR. The order you go in is the same order you come out. So you usually have like some kind of time limit though. Like you got to get the stop done within 90 seconds. It's some big number, but you still got to be in somewhat of a hurry. But they do that just for safety. They don't want just Joe Blow and their buddies out there on pit lane trying to do a full speed stop and be getting hit by cars and all. So it's kind of a safety thing. Something a lot different than really the only major difference you see in real life to the iRacing race.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Jerry just hit the wall.
Yeah, he's pushing. He's trying to make up ground. Now, if I were him, I would not be burning it down here. He's gonna catch. I think he's gonna catch Frost and still finish second. I wouldn't want to do anything crazy and jeopardize losing second.
Kind of give an eye to Frost. There he is.
He's got about half a lap on Jerry.
Yeah, 24.64 seconds. I'm sorry, 6 seconds. He's got
6 seconds.
Yeah, I looked at the wrong one. My bad.
And Jerry is half a second a lap faster.
Yeah.
So you should catch him in 12 laps. That's why he's pushing so hard.
He's got 21 laps. Going on 20 here. Catch him. And if you look at the telemetry, Riley's going into turn number 3, just as Jerry's coming out of turn number 2.
Jerry's really pushing. He's got them front brake calipers glowing. Or rotors, I mean. Looking inside of his front tires here, he's got the brakes glowing.
Well, you know, these are championship implications. I mean, you get a better finish tonight. That's one step closer to potentially having a better championship.
Yeah, there he's rubbing the wall again. Hang on to her, Jerry.
And Dylan has not caught him at all. He's actually lost time.
No, I'm thinking 4 tires must have been 4 tires and low fuel probably made him really tight. That's what I was saying earlier. You need the weight in the rear to keep you free. And when you put on 4 tires, it just made him tight. Where the 2 tires loosened up Jerry just enough.
So this is going to be a pretty close race here between the 10 and the 77 when we come down to the wire. That's basically the race right now. We really don't even need to watch Landon because we need to see what's going on here because Jerry is 3.5 seconds back from Riley Frost.
Yeah, he's gonna catch him right at the end.
You can see them both on the same camera
They're
angle.
both sliding.
Well, Landon Lacey is just driving for $25, and he's gonna have $30 total after tonight's race. If nothing happens between now and the next 12 laps.
Yeah, $30 he can put towards a direct drive wheel. We don't need him to get any faster though.
Hey, if he gets faster, you got to get back out there.
I have my one race this year for this season picked out. There's one race I'm going to do. I won't reveal it just yet.
I was going to say,
a surprise.
We're going to have a surprise when you go out on the track. And look at this. Jerry Hendrickson has reeled in Riley Frost. He's 2 seconds back with 11 laps to go. That's unfortunate for Dylan Davis. He was second place for the most part of this, for the first part of this race. If he would have just stayed out, I think he would have.
If he would have just stayed out, yeah, he would have gotten second.
But we don't know how much he burned the tires and stuff, so maybe he was.
Yeah, he may have thought he was at risk of blowing a tire, and then it's even worse.
Yeah, true.
Props to Kuba for sticking it out and still running out there. That's got to be kind of miserable being in his position.
He's an Iron Man. We saw
Just
that
keep
with
on
Chucky
grinding.
Walden last season in the Gen 4s.
Yeah.
The Iron Man in the number 3.
Yep.
We're down to 7 laps to go this time by when Landon crosses the line. He's right behind these guys.
Yeah, Jared really didn't even pull that far out from him once he passed him.
They are right there now together. 0.8 seconds.
He might run out of time. This is going to be real close.
Does Riley Frost get second place by staying out the entire race? Or does Jerry Hendrickson have enough to make second place before 5 more laps? We got to remember, Jerry and Dylan got together at the beginning of the race, and it spun Dylan around. So maybe he burned his tires up with the spin.
Yeah, it sure didn't help him, though.
He's there. He's at the bumper.
He's
gonna
there. We
have
got
4 laps.
3 laps to go.
Yep, 3 laps to go because the leader's right behind them. When they get together here, the leader's going to be right behind them, and he's...
Oh, Riley blocks.
Oh, Riley blocks!
Riley's protecting the bottom.
Side by side. Henderson's going to go to the inside, turn number 1. Hendrickson's going to make second place. His home.
I think he's clear. Man, if I was Landon, I'd be backing off from these two. You don't want to get caught up in none of their mess.
And as we say that, it is the last lap of the race. There's the leader right behind them. The leader of this race and the winner of the Rums Bounty coming off of turn number 4. Your teammate, Jacob Schneider Racing, Landon Lacey, wins it here at Five Flag Speedway.
Another perfect night for the 81J.
And the rest of them are still coming around for their final lap. We got Jerry Hendrickson finishing second, Riley Frost in third.
Yeah, good job, Jerry. He pulled that strategy off. He gained a spot from it.
Got Frost and Jerry and Lacey. Interview.
Fireworks and donuts here.
Yes, sir. Let me get over there to that.
Landon needs to practice his donuts. He just hit the wall.
Oh, you guys cracked me up.
We'll have to have a little lesson on that. But he drove a perfect race. He didn't let them pit and fluster him or nothing. He knew what he was going to do and he stuck with it. That's what you got to do.
Yes, sir. That was a fun race to watch, even with only 5 cars on the track there at the end.
Yeah, the strategy was something interesting, but I think there's only one race. Yeah, there's one race this season longer than this one. It's 200 laps. I'm assuming we're going to have to pit at that one. I think you have to see everybody pit at Nashville Fairgrounds.
And Jerry Hendrickson says he's under the weather with a stomach bug, so he's going to miss the interview. So that's unfortunate for him. Congratulations on second place. That's his best finish in his career here at PRA so far. And so, with that,
did he not get second place at Michigan in the?
He might have. But Riley Frost in third place. You had to really hold off Jerry Hendrickson there at the end. Man, that was a good race. You stayed out there the whole time. You had guys that were pitting to try to catch back up. Give us some of your thoughts on the race.
I was kind of hoping for a bigger car count, but it was fun.
Yeah, we all were.
Yeah, that was the hope for all of us. But yeah, you finished third place. You get a podium. There's still money on the line. So, what's your thoughts on Landon Lacey and Jerry Henderson there?
Yeah, they were fast. I knew from the start I didn't have a car to win, but I'll take third.
Third place is good, and I didn't get to interview you in the street stock race. You had a second place car for the most part of that race, and then got pushed back. I'm sure that got you frustrated.
Yeah, we won't talk about that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I didn't realize we had a set of tires in the pits, so that would help. I got caught on the outside
I
there.
said that in the broadcast. I said, I don't know why no one took tires.
Yeah, I didn't realize until after, and then somebody told me, like, why didn't you pit? And I'm like, I didn't realize there was tires. What an idiot.
Yep, there's one set of tires. Well, now everybody should know. Apologize for not making that clear. But yeah, you got any shout-outs you want to make before we move on, buddy?
Just you guys for putting the effort and putting these on. Fun. Thanks.
Absolutely. Jacob, you got to say anything you want to say to Riley before we move on?
Yeah, you think you got a better shot in the late model stock than you do this car? How do you feel about the two different cars?
No. I have a better chance in the Super.
Really?
I'm still learning how to set these things up, so I have no idea, really. But hopefully you're racing next week.
I will not be racing next week.
Oh. Well, looking forward to racing you again.
Yep, go beat Landon next week.
Yeah, I'll try. Thanks.
All right.
Well, thanks
Bye.
again for racing with us, Riley. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Yeah, see you next week.
And you could tell in his voice he is very frustrated. And with that being said, with that being said, last but not least, our winner, Jacob Schneider Racing, Landon Lacey with another victory. This is your second in PRA. You led every lap, all 150 of them tonight. How's it feel, buddy?
I mean, it feels really good, get to step into the 81J this season, and man, what a way to start it off with a win.
Jacob, you got anything you want to say to Landon?
Were you ever considering pitting, or were you just set on running it out?
I thought about it. Once Dylan and Jerry pitted, I sat there and contemplated it, but I realized that looking at my lap times that I really wasn't falling off that much. I was still running like 16.6s, 16.7s when they pitted, and we were starting in the 1s and 2s at the beginning of the run. So I mean, I just didn't feel like there was enough fall off to fill the need for tires. And overall, in the end, it kind of evened out at the end. I was actually starting to run Jerry back down there at the very end.
Yeah, it started to... Go ahead.
Yeah, what were your tire percentages at? Have you looked?
I haven't looked yet. I have to get out of the car.
I was wondering if there was a risk of blowing a tire.
No, I was 62.51.
Oh, so yeah, you could have kept on going forever.
I probably could have gone another 150 laps.
Yep. How much were you saving there at the beginning when Dylan Davis was all over your bumper?
Honestly, a good bit. I did a little. I didn't do a lot of practice during the week. I did some. I think I probably ran maybe a total of 50 laps. But I realized that you could really roll the center a lot at this track and use that, little extra slowdown to give you a shot up off the corner a lot better. And that's just primarily what I tried to do. And then I just tried to make sure that I was doing that all race long to not, overheat the tires and put myself in a bad situation. But there was also a couple times I looked back and I thought Dylan was overshooting the corners on entry just a little bit. So that gave me a little bit more confidence too. But all in all, I was just trying to stay in a rhythm and just take care of the tires, and then also manage the gap while doing that.
Yeah, you look like you knew what you were doing out there for once.
Well, congrats, man. You win another one here. You're the points leader. You won the Rums race bounty, which is $25. You won the $5 pole position. So congrats on that. $30 towards your next direct drive wheel, right?
What has Jacob been talking to you about that? Yeah, I need a new wheel. This thing, I think I've gotten about all I can get out of a belt-driven wheel. I think it's time to take the next step up, and yeah, trying to save up some money to do that. So yeah, it'll definitely help out.
Yes, sir. You want to give any shout-outs while you're here on the air, and we'll call it a night.
Oh yeah, shout out to Jacob Schneider Racing and for hooking me up with a fast race car this week. Shout out to PRA, Cody Johnson, everybody that helps put this stuff together and put this stuff on. Thank you to you and Jacob for doing the broadcast and taking time out of your days to come join us and put on the show for the people to watch. Thank you to the new guys that showed. I saw some new guys in the Street Stock series tonight, so it was nice to see some new people. Hopefully, some of those guys will migrate over here. We need some more guys over here. Maybe Gallman. I get to see him at the racetrack at Anderson, so it's cool to see him over here on iRacing too. Yeah, maybe we can get some. Hopefully, we can get some of those guys over here. And other than that, thank you to everybody that's gotten me here to this point.
Yes, sir, Landon. I'll give Jacob the last word with you.
Yeah, Matthew Bird in the street stocks. I want to see him in late model stocks next week in Martinsville. He really kind of put it to him in the street stocks. But thanks, Landon, for representing Jacob Schneider Racing wheel tonight. And what are your thoughts on Martinsville next week? 100 laps Martinsville.
I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit more practice. I for some reason in the late model stocks I tend to struggle a little bit more. I guess it's just because of the less horsepower. Because I like using the rear. I like using the throttle to help the car rotate, but it's a little harder to do when you don't have as much horsepower. But other than that, I'll put in some practice. I'm sure we'll be just fine.
Thank you
All right,
again,
sounds
Landon,
good.
for racing with us, and Jacob Schneider Racing represent. You're still undefeated on Monday nights. So
Yeah, we are.
Yes, sir.
what's that? 19 races in a row now, and counting.
We're getting close. We're getting close to coming up on 6 months.
Yes, yes. So we need somebody that can take you off your throne entirely with your team.
I'm looking forward to it. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
I'm looking
I
forward
want
to
some
that.
competition too.
Yeah, we need some guys in here for sure. I mean, I'm not saying that the guys in here that are already in here are bad. These guys are great. But 6 cars for a race like this, I figured we'd have a bigger group, and hopefully we can get that in these next few weeks.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you supporting us, and we will see you guys next week. And more success, I guess.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll see you next time. And there was one thing I noticed. He was in the race reporter chat the entire race. I could have pulled him in here and talked to him, but I just never looked over there because that's over in the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series section of the Discord. So I didn't see him.
Yeah, we'll mess with him next time.
I mean, it's 2 laps ahead.
Next time he has the lead like that, yeah.
So, with that being said, that is all she wrote for the street stocks and the late model stocks for week 1 here in season 2026, season 1. That's what I meant to say. And Jacob, you got to watch the whole night. Which was your favorite race?
Well, the street stock race for second place was definitely the most exciting I'd seen. But I enjoyed watching Jerry make that pit stop work and run down Riley as well.
Yeah, that was exciting. That it was disappointing that nobody really challenged Landon, but not disappointing for you, right? Because I mean,
I think Dylan challenged him pretty well for a while. I think Dylan was keeping him honest there until he pitted.
Yes, whenever he was when he pitted, he was only like a second and a half off of him. So he stayed there almost a whole race until the pit, and I think the pit hurt him a whole lot. I did read in the chat. Let me go back there and check it out real quick. Dylan said, didn't expect to go 2 laps down was waiting and waiting for Landon to pit. I said I might as well at least try and catch him on 4 fresh tires, but oh well. See you guys next week. So 4 fresh tires didn't work out for Dylan Davis. So that was a nail in the coffin for his race. Final thoughts, Jacob Schneider.
Anybody watching that's going to race with us in the future here, I think if you're going to pit, you got to take 2.
Yeah, we saw that worked for Jerry Hendrickson very well. So that's probably to be expected for the rest of the season, actually.
Yeah. If they study up, take their notes, do their due diligence to, watch this race back and learn what strategy worked. I don't think you'll see anyone putting on left side tires for the rest of the year.
And so with that, next week we are at Lanier in the Asphalt Assault Street Stocks. Will we see Matthew Bird win another one, or will somebody challenge him?
I think he'll be more challenged. I think everybody kind of knows Lanier a little better than USA. I think the field will be tighter at Lanier.
And we will be at Martinsville in the late models, and you already said that's your favorite track. So you think Landon's going to be all right there?
Yeah, Landon's good at Richmond and Martinsville. Those are his 2 best tracks. So yeah, I see Landon being pretty good there. I don't know how much better he could have been than tonight, though. I don't know if it'll be better than tonight. The late model stocks are a bit easier to drive. So again, I think the field will just be tighter. I don't see anyone winning by a lap at Martinsville.
We shall see. And with that, that'll be it for the broadcast tonight here on PRA Network. Jacob Schneider, your final thoughts. I'll let you have the last word.
Congrats to Landon Lacey, Snowball Derby PRA winner. Yeah, I mean it's a prestigious race. There's only 6 cars, but he beat some good guys. So hope everybody in the field isn't too discouraged. Come back to Martinsville next week, another prestigious track. And keep the ball rolling here.
There is still money on the line. $25 for the winner.
Plenty of money still on the line for everybody.
And even if you didn't make the race tonight, if you get signed up late, I can give you a freebie provisional for the first race. So yeah, get signed up. Discord.gg/PRA.
Place points. That's not even that many. You're not even that many points behind.
Yeah, exactly.
LPP puts you 7th.
Yeah, exactly. Every LPP for tonight will be 7th place. So that's good to throw out there. So anybody out there watching, discord.gg/PRA. Get it in Discord. Let's get started. Let's get some more cars out here. We're paying big money for people to race. I mean, for free. No entry fees or anything. So all you got to do is own the tracks. And I thank you, Jacob Schneider, for joining me in the booth tonight. It's been a pleasure having you, and I apologize that I'm a little bit tired tonight. I've had a long day, so it's a little slurred at speech and stuff. So I'm not as excited as I normally am, but I'm trying to keep it up.
It's all good. I don't really get too excited about anything either, so it's all good. This is my first time announcing. I think it went all right. I had fun.
Sure did.
It's always good to try new things.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, we will see you guys next week for the Short Track League here at PRA. It'll be me and Jacob Schneider here in the booth again, unless he decides to race that one. We'll see.
I'm not racing it.
No. So you're giving that away.
There's one I'm racing, but I'm not. It's not that one.
All right. Well, we will see. And thanks everybody for watching on YouTube and on Twitch. We will see you next week for more short track action here on PRA Network. I'm Justin Phoenix, and for Jacob Schneider and PRA, good night, and we'll see you next time.
See y'all.